Do I have the most in raid? We're going to watch my raid chronicle here for the 4th anniversary, the video that everyone's talking about, everyone's sharing it. We've loved it. We gave them incredible feedback from the past years. They added some really cool new things here, and I think I have the most of something. Now, we'll talk about that in a second, so let's dive straight into it. What up, team? It's MurderInc here, back with a Raid Shadow Legends video talking about the Raid Chronicle. The breakdown from either the past year or the entire life of your game, giving you really cool statistics. They stepped it up from the previous years for sure. We really pushed them on this. We did. Last year's feedback was phenomenal, so we kind of hammered away for a long time, and they listened. They actually did something really good with this year's, so that's what I want to talk about my video here to share with all of you lovely and wonderful people. So Mad MurderInc, blah blah blah. I started with El Hain, okay? Don't judge me. Just don't. I've had a few accounts. Okay, let's talk about this for one moment here. First campaign battle, December 10th, 2018. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Google. You guys can't see this, but I'm just going to do it. How many days ago was December 18th, 2018, right? Was that what the date? Or am I messing this up? December 10th, not 18th. Okay. So December 10th, 2018. 1,555 days ago as of 3/14/2023, or for the non-US people, 14/3/23. So 1,555 days. Now I'm curious, ask around if you know anybody who has a earlier date than this. I know of a few people, however, they're not actually players, they're community managers. So if you know a player, have them come to the comment section here and post this. I really want to see their analytics. I haven't found anyone that's within like 100 days or so. I think there was one person that was like 97 days, and that's the closest, but it was just one person. The rest were very, very kind of earlier than I was. So I've asked in many discords, including the official discord with the most amount of people. I think it's like 100 and something, maybe 200,000 people at this point. So I'm curious if anyone watching can find someone that can comment with an earlier date than I have. First dungeon beaten, everyone's going to be the same here. First level 60, the starter, of course. Claimed arbiter. This is something interesting to talk about. So if you run into anybody that shared a video, a friend of yours, or I don't know, someone else that shared an account as early as mine, arbiter took a while. Now, mine took longer than average because who did I pull? Arbiter. I pulled arbiter as one of my first void legendaries of the game, and it didn't stop there. You want to know how many arbiters I have to this day? 8, including 1 + 4 arbiters. So after that first one, they just kept on coming for sure. So when I pulled arbiter, I figured this is like the hot champion right now. Everyone wants it. I pulled it so I can kind of ease back a little bit, but the date is still fairly accurate despite me not focusing on it too much when the game came out. It took way longer. We have people now speed running 30, 35 days, maybe 40 days. If you spend money, you can probably get it in, I don't know, 20 days the fastest, but you can get it ridiculously fast now. That was not the case 1 year ago, 2 years ago, actually maybe a year ago, but 2, 3, 4 years ago, you could not get arbiter as fast as you can today. First legendary champion, Septimus. I got lucky. Septimus was fantastic. Legendary summoner, okay, 2,614 rares, 4,500 epic champions, and fake news, I'm free to play. Don't even read this. You use these champions the most. This is from the last, 90 days. It's my spider team. But this is my favorite. Last 90 days, Kaimar, he's used in every single dungeon. This should be pretty interesting. So I did 33,785. And I want to talk about this because people always ask, Murder, Your gear's so strong whenever you showcase them in videos. How do you get gear like that? How long did it take? Now I can redirect all of you to this video here. If you want to know how much I've farmed, I don't really buy gear packs. If you're endgame and you spend money, you should only buy gear packs. You should not be farming dungeons. But since, like I said, I've been playing for a while, I have farmed quite a bit of dungeons here. So for an idea on, I guess, the averages of how much you should be farming dungeons, these are the roundabout numbers for like the end game, which we kind of call dead game at this point. So 33,785 Dragon's Lair run, 61,800 Fire Knight. Fire Knight's very important. 10,000 Ice Golem. Listen, I made a video recently about the Ice Golem saying stop farming it. It's pointless. It's useless. I've been around for a while. I've been farming lots of tournaments, lots of events for fusions early on in the game. That's the only reason why this dungeon number is high. If you subtracted maybe 2 years from my playtime, where I made tons of mistakes farming this dungeon for absolutely no reason, mostly of which is because I had Dracomorph, and if you had Dracomorph, his A1 was actually nerfed. Before it was nerfed, you could crit the Ice Golem for like, what was it, 2 point something million damage. It was absurd, and it was extremely fun to watch and kind of just do. So I farmed the Ice Golem for no apparent reason. That's why these numbers are high. If I could go back in time and start raid over now with what the knowledge I have currently, this number would probably say 72 or 472. I would only do missions in any events. Actually, I'd probably skip the events, to be honest, and just pay to win some other part of the fusion to get things done here. Unless it was required, which it never is. You can just win tournaments. But I cannot iterate and stress enough how terrible Ice Golem is for this game, so they really should change it. Minotaur, 1,824. I buy a lot of masteries. Spider, lots of Spider, 64,540. So a lot of Spider for sure. Claim many treasures. This is going to be interesting for you guys to see. Okay, so we have 10,565 legendary artifacts. Legendary pieces. Most of them, I mean, I'm really lucky on my account with gear, so most of them are 6-star. And then we have legendary accessories. Not as much, but still, I probably should have farmed way more Spider, although I had 1 billion silver for quite a long time, so that kind of killed all of my farming. Even in the past year, I've farmed practically nothing in this game. So you need to see numbers like this for a higher chance of having extremely strong gear. If your numbers look nowhere near this, and you're like, why am I struggling? Why is my gear quality so bad? Pump these numbers up. I'm not saying spend money. I would never condone spending money. It's why I don't do tons of shard pull videos on this channel, because free to play is the way. We all know it. Everybody knows it. Okay, moving on. There's something better. You were an arena legend. This part doesn't really matter. What's it going to say? So I won 7,072 battles in a year. I don't do arena a lot, to be honest. 92% win rate. Nothing impressive there. You've crushed the Demon Lord. It's going to say like 71 million, right? 877 fights. So I missed a lot, right? 3 keys a day, or I guess 3 or 4 keys a day. Oh yeah, I missed a ton. 365 days a year. Yikes. Think of all the shards I missed. Or actually how many times I only hit Ultra Nightmare. Yeah, that sounds right. So I fought Ultra Nightmare 351 times. So if I wasn't playing, someone was playing, and they did at least do Ultra Nightmare. So that's good at least. Demon Lord highest score. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not one of the people anymore that's interested in going above too much. That specific key they took, probably left it on auto for too long and wasn't checking, but as soon as I hit 71 million, I kind of stop it. I earned 692 Transcendent chests, data only from the last year. Thankfully, because clan hopping was a thing, and this number would look hilarious compared to everyone else's in the game who didn't clan hop. That would actually be really cool. Maybe it's not technically possible for them to do this, but you guys would be surprised at what this number would look like if they had the people who clan hopped. I mean, a lot of them probably sold their accounts and random people have it claiming to be their own, but you would know right away if someone was an original owner, because if they were around for clan hopping, this number would be through the roof compared to everyone else in the game. I'm telling you, it was nuts. It was like 30 something a day. Slaying the Hydra, so I'm pretty sure this was wrong. 21 Hydra fights from the last year. Really? 21 in a year? I didn't skip Hydra that much. My highest score is from Brutal. I guess that makes sense. Like I said, kind of top chest and stop. You earned 92 Guardian chests on Brutal. I wonder why they didn't show Nightmare here. You've come far, but your journey is not yet over. I mean, technically it's over because I'm kind of coasting, but I get your point, Raid. Good job. Congratulations on 4 years. So this was cool. I want to know, for one, since they understand and they actually respect the feedback for this specific aspect of the game, what else would you guys want to see from this video? Don't even say money spent. They're never going to do it. You're dreaming if you think that. We wanted shards last time. They added shards. I think there was something that was asked for that they didn't add, because there were 3 things that were pushed for after the original feedback. It was shards. It might have been the start date. That might have been one of the other ones. And I don't remember the third one, but I don't think they added the third one in. So I'm curious, from what we just saw, how can they make this better? Because like I said, I'm telling you, they care about the feedback of this. For some reason, this is making new players play the game. It's like an inclusion thing. Whether, I don't know, it's kind of weird because you would only really share this to people who play Raid, right? And no one's going around like, hey, mom and dad, look at my 4th anniversary, or like, hey, best friend, look at my 4th anniversary for a game you know nothing about, right? So I don't know, but apparently something about this did really well for Raid and whatever analytics they had, whether it's retention or it made people spend more in certain areas to bump up the numbers for the next year. I don't know, but the question is, what should they add? I can't really think of anything off the top of my head. I think things are looking pretty good. They should not add Sand Devil Dungeon. They should not add maybe something with the Doom Tower. Although I don't think a lot of people, I don't know, it's a hard one. Doom Tower I wouldn't say is like the most fun thing ever. It's good. The rewards are good, but I don't know if Doom Tower clears is something that they should probably add, because then how do you calculate the floors, the secret rooms? What if you skip one secret room? Does it count as a clear? I don't know. A little bit messy. So I would be curious as to what other feedback you guys have as far as what they can add to this video. And with all of that amazing stuff covered, hopefully you guys enjoyed your recap. And you know, one big thing is it shows you where you have to work on. That's like the greatest part of this video from an analytical point of view. So this will show you what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. To an extent, it doesn't really say the gear depth you may have, or how lucky some people got with shards and how unlucky others got, but if your farming numbers are low, you want to bump those up. You're going to see a tremendous increase in progress for your account for sure. That's pretty self-explanatory. So that's going to conclude this video. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, like this. Helps the channel out a ton. And as always, I will see you all in the next upload.